So I want to start this workout off by going through squat technique, which is super important for any workout incorporating a squat. And then we're going to move into our dynamic plyo exercise afterward. So for your squat, the key components here that you want to keep your back as flat as possible. You want to shift your weight back to your heels when you're squatting down so that your knees can stay behind your toes. That'll make sure your knees are protected. Getting your butt down as low as you comfortably can. If you can't go this low or you can go lower, that's fine too, as long as you're keeping your back flat and your weight back in your heels. Squatting is down as low as you comfortably can, making sure you raise all the way to the top, pressing your hips forward so you can engage your glutes. So you can either start this workout off with that, or you can go to a squat jump if you need a little more of a challenge of a plyometric exercise. So keep your same squat technique here. Except for when you come up from your squat, you're going to explode through the balls of your feet into the air as high as you can, landing softly on the balls of your feet, and then going back to your standard squat. So you'll shift your weight back to your heels when you land and squat down so that your knees are staying in a safe position. Awesome. Then we'll move on to the push-up. So this is a great standard chest and tricep exercise we're going to use next here. So one thing you want to keep in mind for your push-up, if you're able to, see if you can get your elbows to come back in a 45-degree angle with the rest of your body. Keep your hips up and make sure that your chest is the first thing touching the ground here. That'll maximize the use of your chest and tricep muscles. Awesome. And you'll also be using your core muscles here too. And if push-up is too easy for you, you can always move into a plyo push-up in which you propel yourself off the ground. So keep your standard push-up technique here, except for when you come to the top of your push-up, you're just going to push so hard that you pull your hands off of the ground at the top, elevating the front of your body off of the ground for a second. Make sure to keep your weight back in the heels of your palms when you lower yourself so that you can prevent wrist injury. That will be perfect for your plyo push-up. And then we'll move into the Russian twist to throw a little abdominal and core work in there. So the Russian twist is fairly simple in technique. You're just going to lean back until you can feel that your core is engaged from a seated position. You're just going to rotate back and forth to engage the obliques of your abdominals. Now, if having your feet off the ground like I do in this example is a little too difficult for you, just set your feet down and sit up a little more. You want to make sure that this exercise works for you at whatever level of fitness that you may be at. And then we'll go ahead and end this up with a classic cardiovascular move, jumping jacks. So this is a great dynamic and plyometric exercise. So we're just going to explode our feet out to the side, fully extend our shoulders and arms overhead so that our hands touch in the middle, and go as fast as you can so that you can reap the maximum cardiovascular benefit from this exercise. Perfect. Set yourself a tempo in your head so that you can stick to that tempo for the entire time or number of reps that you're doing your jumping jacks.